Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anupam and today I will discuss sequence of breath. Now that we have discussed trigger, limit and cycle, it will be very easy for you to understand there can be 4 different types of breath pattern or breath sequence. For example, this is called control mandatory ventilation. You can see all the heights are same, all the breaths are mechanically given, time triggered breaths, and this content of those breaths can be volume control or pressure control. That will discuss in the next chapter. Here we are only concentrating on the sequence of breath. So all the sequence are controlled breaths. So only one pattern is there here, that is controlled breaths. All the breaths are given by the machine. Okay. And this is called AC, VC or PC. It's called assist control. Why it is called assist? Because you can see here the patient is triggering. This is called trigger. Now trigger, here the trigger is only time trigger, but here the trigger can be flow or pressure trigger by the patient. So here we have controlled breath and also we have assisted breath. Assisted breath means the patient has triggered it and the ventilator has assisted it. So here also all the volume will be same, pressure achieved will be same, but the only difference being it is triggered by the patient and the ventilator supplements with a preset tidal volume or pressure. There are 2 kinds of breath here, controlled breath and assisted breath. Then we'll come to SIMB. What is SIMB? Synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation. Here what happens? Here there are 3 types of breath. This is called spontaneous breath. You can easily identify what is the spontaneous breath because the inspiration will be negative. There is a negative pressure being created there, so it will be negative. And this is a controlled breath. This is spontaneous breath and this is an augmented spontaneous breath. That means this spontaneous breath is low in tidal volume, so you want to augment it, so you pressure augment it to give it adequate tidal volume or whatever tidal volume you desire. So there are 3 kinds of breath here. One is controlled breath, one is spontaneous breath, another is augmented spontaneous breath. And last but not the least, it's called the pressure support ventilation. Here we have spontaneous breaths and augmented spontaneous breath. This is the augmented one. This is the pressure support breath when you keep the pressure support 0. If you give pressure support of 7, 8 or 10, there will be augmentation of tidal volume. This is called augmented spontaneous breath. So these are the 4 sequence of breath that you have to understand in each mode. The next class will discuss what the content of these breaths. These are the sequence. Now the content can be either pressure controlled breath or volume controlled breath or pressure regulated volume controlled breath. There are different kind of. So the content we will discuss in the next class. Now for this class you have to remember that what are the different kinds of breath. Controlled breath, assisted breath, spontaneous breath, and augmented spontaneous breaths. Thank you very much.